Greetings everyone, please give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Twitter's going. Kick is going. Tube is going. Twitch appears to be going. Why is Rumble not streaming? Oh, yep, there it goes. Let me double check my other computer. Disable the OBS preview to save some resources. Sorry for that. And it looks like everything's going good, so let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another HBars 3 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Dutch, we have Spoony Deer. Spawn bottom right side as the Red Brits, we have Elif, Epilef, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Epilef, Epilef, I have no idea. But Blue will kill these colonial swashbucklers and steal their ancient tree sprouts. Which actually grants a small trickle of wood. Huh. I wonder what the trickle rays like. And if red... Oh. Apparently these guys are a bit more difficult. Red, if red was quick enough, he could have sniped the full health one and bashed on the other one. These guys who have 12 damage, 1 attack speed, and a decent amount of health. Oh. And immediately a lag spike there. Oh, well. Anyway, when it comes to natives of the map, we do got the Somali, give you the Somali Jarud Militia, the Somali Isa Warrior, and the Askari. Over here, we do got the Sufi Mosque, and give you access to Quiz Balash. This map does have quite a bit of fish for each player to claim. And it looks like some sort of wood boom here by the British player. They're just searching Gangsaw, but doesn't have any villagers on wood. I think it's been more of a lower level gameplay because it got the Blue losing his explorer to the natives, and he just spent gold on the ransom. He may have spent gold on the ransom. We now have a trading post going up here. And now we do have the British player going for Virginia Company, and what on earth is this deck? We do have Infinite Settlers, Team House of Tudor, Teams, Manors, Shrines, Villagers build much faster. 90% faster, that's interesting. Virginia Company, make your manors cost cheaper. Advanced Trading Posts, Advanced Mills, Schooners, Exotic Hardwoods, Stonemasons, Land Grab, Scots Guard, Team Grenadier Guards, Cavalry Damage, Cavalry Hit Points, Fencing School, Riding School, Glorious Revolution, Sustainable Agriculture, Ocean Guards, Cavalry Combat, Refrigeration, Infinite Rockets, Improved Buildings, Factory, and Factory. Yep, I have a feeling this is definitely lower level play, because we have no military shipment for the British player, barring the rockets. And for the Dutch, we got Veel Geld, which does 4 or 3 matrons, bank, wood coin, pikemen, infantry attack, team infantry hit points, Hussars, bank wagon, advanced arsenal, religious freedom, wood coin, Nassau regiment, which gave him blue guard, enables them, skirmishers, infantry combat, routier, cavalry combat, fort, higher Swiss pikemen, heavy cannon, tulip speculation, factory. Yeah, looks like the swashbucklers don't even have a third guy there, so Blue really could have won that fight if you would just sniped the one guy. don't think a single treasure has been claimed. Blue's envoy's now getting shot up a little bit. And the Dutch is going with Logistican. The British player is not aged up at the moment. And has 4 villagers on coin. Okay. Oh, there's a salt mine there. Salt mines do have 10,000 coin in those deposits. Quite a bit of salt mines on this map, I just realized. We got Bandit Car Command. I'm not sure we got this. It is a fishing boat. Doesn't appear to be active at the moment. Maybe there's some sort of treasure you got alongside here. Claim. Note this is protected by a great white shark. This does have a range attack. I wonder if it can beat a great white shark. 75 damage, melee, 50% range resist. This does have 50% melee resist. No, I actually really don't know how effective the sea treasures and defense are. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. Manor now built. Because I'm not sure what the British player is doing. Starting, I get resource to age up now. The Dutch is assigned to age up as well, or has aged up, just assigned for a bit of eco. I'm not exactly sure. Village count seems a little bit low at this point in time. British player does have more villagers, does have, of course, 3 manor houses, and now going for the Philosopher Prince. Well, I do have a round of envoys here. They offer no real combat benefit. You just have a couple halberdiers, and we'll take the swashbucklers. Barely. Does have a small Isa warrior. Probably save that from a treasure. Two banks now pulled out by the Dutch. Shipment of Hussars now being brought on in, and another bank there. 3 banks is pretty good. Got quite a bit of resources, probably for Fast Fortress. The British player is now going for some fishing boats. Not bad, but the villager production was also idle. He's a little bit more gold or coin to age up with. Does have a trading post here. Who does have a small force now float on out. And aging up with the Sergeant at Arms, the British player needs more wood to get out fishing boats, but will soon have enough resources to age up himself. And does go for the Admiral of the Ocean Sea. I don't think I've ever seen anybody age up with that one. Either way, Blue's now attacking. Of course, Red has nothing on the field. Does actually have a handful of longbowmen. British economy was not exactly well managed. Dutch players pushing forward, has quite a bit of coin income. Now a large number of villagers. Longbowmen gain some damage to the envoys. Envoys now they're classified, but may not even be classified as infantry. It would be socking that lady in the face. Counselor's taking some massive damage here. And does go down. Got some musketeers now floating out along the longbowmen. Villagers are taking quite a bit of damage and they are going to get exterminated. And the British player has so much queued up here, but and his age declined because his age up was interrupted. And yeah, this replay is not very good. Yep. I'm not going to finish this replay. This replay is just not good. Sorry. That game was just not good whatsoever. So I think I really been striking out on this player's been uploading these replays. Yeah, I'm not going to bother casting this replay. They just simply have not been. Here we go. This should be a decent replay. And of course, the replay is no good. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn top left side as the red Spanish, we have Commercial Pot. Spawn bottom right side as the blue Indians, we have Robin 7772968. When it comes to natives and map, we got, of course, the Sufi Mosque, we give you access to the Puz Balash, and to the Berbers, we give you access to the Berber Camel Rider, the Berber Nomad, and the Salty Camel. Clearly the best native unit in the entire game.
Adesh?
We do have, let's see. We actually do have a deck selected right now by the Indian player. We do have a land deck. We got the Favorable Karma, allows monk attack and hit points increase, allows Indian monks to train tigers, which I believe you can get up to 5, and they're pretty well statted. The Wood Trickle, Wood Coin, Dravidian Martial Arts, Sepoys, Sours, Camel Attack, Desert Terror, Diplomatic Intrigue, more Wood Trickle, Spice Trade, more Wood, Rumby Swordsman, which are neither classified as heavy nor light infantry, they're just classified as infantry. Gurkhas, more Gurkhas, Sours, British East India Company, Zamburuks, Siege Elephants, Mountout Lancers, the Sour Regiment, which does give him a Manzabari Sour as well, and 3 Siege Elephants. The Spanish has a land deck, Villagers, Capitalism, more Villagers, Wood Coin, Archaic Infantry hit points, Rodialos, Cavalry hit points, Road to Claim the New World, Irish Brigadiers, Wood Rodialos, War Rodialos, Hussars, Lancers, War Lancers, Labros, Falconets, Spanish Gold, Higher Armored Pistoliers, Hussars, Culverins, Heavy Cannon, Factory. Looks like Pumbaa will be defeated, and Red will claim the treasure that he has claimed. Commercial has discovered a rich record of philosophical problem-solving theory or found experience and has no worries. It was protected by a boar and by a lion, which is clearly a Lion King reference. We do also got a Laerdio to support out the explorer Don Pizarro. It may kill these colonial gunslingers to steal their food. The governor is now being researched, and over here we do have, was it the Agri Fort? Yep, the Agri Fort.
Tayyar. Huh? Adesh?
We do now have a market going on up. Both of them looks like going to be aging up relatively the same time. It looks like the Indian player will age up first.
Tayyar.
And it looks like the Indian player does not have enough food for another villager, or not food, wood. Now he does.
Hello.
Of course, the wood collection rate is not great, and so it's a little bit more difficult for the Indians to maintain a steady supply of income for their villagers. One reason why those trickle researches were actually quite handy. Does get a Paris seaport of the Augury Fort. And now do have some Raputs, the shock infantry for the Indians. Honey Badger does go down. Oh, and Red's actually going for a trading post here with the Berbers. So he may be eyeing for the Berber Camel Riders, or he may be eyeing for the Berber Nomads. He is auto building this one. We'll throw a couple torches here after it gets fully built. The Explorer and the Doggo should be able to deal with the sepoys, no problem. But now I got their handful of Raputs. Raputs, as I mentioned beforehand, are oh no, they're classified as heavy, not shock. My bad. Huh, they have higher attack speed than I remember. Are they just straight up better than Rodialos? And it do cost more, I think. He is currently not building anything from the trading post here. He could go for a round of War Dogs, help him engage his force. War Dogs are not bad. And there goes the trading post. It was worth a shot, to say the least. We do have only an outpost here as well. Red does have a trade post down here. So does Blue. And this crater here does not have any fishies available. Trade post now seeing some damage. Our Poots do have good siege damage. And our Spanish players going for Fast Fortress, upgrading to the Scout. The trading post will quickly go on down. You now have a church researched or built. They'll just be shipped on in, going for around on Musketeers. That'll be handy against the Raputs. 12 damage, even though they have a slight attack speed, was still less than Musketeers. A Zarb now being put on the field, which will have trouble versus the Sepoys and versus the Raputs. And Sepoys do get forced some back there. Musketeers do have 150 health, 13 damage. I suppose actually are inferior to the Raputs in DPS since they do have slower attack speed. Musketeers only do cost 100, while Sepoys do cost 120.
See?
There's a round of Hussars there. It does have shipment available. We may go for the Falconets. Or Spanish Gold. Spanish Gold is not uncommon for the first shipment for Fortress. Yep, going for Spanish Gold. Oh, there's a pyramid there. The pyramid has dry rations to give him 175 food. And now do you have a shipment of Azaps been brought in from the Ottoman allies? Now we're gonna upgrade our deployment of the Taj Mahal, which will give him 800 coin rebate. And also gives him ceasefire ability. More Sepoys now being pulled out on the field. We do have the Raputs making their way forward. They should be quickly killed off by all this force. Does take out one of the Raputs immediately. An explorer and the doggo engaging. Recruits getting hit by those hussars, and when they're in low numbers, they can be easily overwhelmed by these hussars. He probably could have took those shots and engaged. The round seaport is not being built. Got shipment there for the Indian. He does have the foreign lodging researched. And now the Spanish player is going for a round of skirmishers to engage the sepoys and the Raputs. I'm going for a shipment of wood. And now bringing some disciplined sepoys as well.
Hello.
Tayar.
Red is now eyeing for the trade post once again. There's a round of hussars. The elephant will be bashing head against the trading post. Needs some decent damage there since it's in the construction state. A couple of Raputs charging the way forward. They can get quickly picked off there if Red's paying enough attention. And now we do see the veteran musketeer research. More sepoys now being pulled on out. Raputs pushing the way forward, splitting up. That one goes down. This one's getting whittled down by the outpost. One more shot and he should go down. Gets out of range though. And looks like that one Raput does get bashed in the head. Artillery foundry now built. He may be eyeing for some falconets. Going for a shipment of Gurkhas, and now bring in the disciplined Gurkha research. Shipment of Lancers, which will be very effective versus those Gurkhas, but they will do some decent damage versus everything else as well. Also bring a shipment of siege elephants. It's going for the round of Berber nomads. They do offer a better collection rate from natural resources, but bad at agriculture. And supposedly they are better in groups. Various church and blacksmith research, or arsenal research now being, well, researched. More of the Berber nomads being brought on in will get maxed out very shortly. It's still not a bad idea to go for the Salted Camel, because it can give you 20 villagers collection on a single 10,000 coin deposit and lasts you quite some time. Silver mines in comparison only can support 2,000 coin rather than 10,000. So need to move around 5 times less. Siege elephants do get a good volley there. The Sperm Nomad should be built before it gets destroyed. Got decent force here of 51 versus a force of 43. We number them on Lancers and Hussars, which are 2 population units. Siege elephants are more or less an anti-siege unit, an anti-structure unit, rather than a fire support unit. And I do have the Calabaros, which will increase the damage that Lancers perform against infantry by 100%, giving them 5 times 4 multiplier rather than times 3. very good since his opponent's composition is basically nearly entirely composed of infantry. He does get some delis. Does not get any connection on the siege elephants. Now his lancers are turbocharged. Now pop cap, bring Alliance of Culverins to counter barrage the siege elephants. Going for Culverins to engage the siege elephants is actually not really that important in my opinion, since they're not really a fire support unit. Oh, sorry, I just saw your Rumble comment. Welcome to the stream. So let's look at the house there. Red does have a sizable force here. Now they're starting to connect, or maybe not. ASAPs are mixed on in, which do good damage versus light cavalry at range, but they do have good all cavalry in melee. Lancers unable to connect to the infantry set. The Lancers need to push forward and hit the infantry, while the other forces can engage the elephants. The Brahmins are starting to go on down now. And the Lancers are being killed off quite a little bit there. Can move forward and engage the Gurkhas. There you go, Lancers starting to engage the Gurkhas now. They will two-shot those Gurkhas. They can quickly rip them all apart once they're connected, but he does lose his front line there. Now he just only has the skirmishers remaining. Yep, and that's what happens if you get to your cavalry tied up on hitting your opponent's cavalry. Lancers are only really good versus infantry. They can engage cavalry, but they're not far from excelling at it. You got a good number of falconets now pulling the field. Bring in shipment falconets as well. So 5 falconets would be quite good, but the siege elephants are a counter siege unit, dealing 250% more damage versus artillery. So they will do 100 damage against artillery units. Falconets have 200 health, so they will two-shot them. Another pair of falconets there. Let's go hit down the falconets. Does two-shot that one. Falconets trying to engage these forces, but they are unsupported. And will go down there. This falconet does get picked off by the siege elephants, and the Spanish player does fall back, or back out of the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not that button, this button. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the north side as the blue Spanish, we have MHT Genoese Crossbowmen. Spawn on the south side as the red French, we have Gnick, or is it Nick? The G may be silent, like gnats, or gnats. Either way, no deck selected just yet, and no deck selected there. We of course got an early French market going melee for the hunting dogs. There are a number of law modes you can claim. They'll give you a bit of drama, but you can always eat them in return. And when it comes to natives of the map, we do have the Mapuche. That's how you pronounce it. Settlement, which can give you access to the Ironwood Clubmen, which sounds like they're a halberdier variant, and the Bullet Strider, which gives you range cavalry, slows down other enemies, and inflicts AoE damage, so they have like a grenade charge attack. Local Doggo will go down and steal his Dennis skunk pelts. Of course, the French will get the pelts. The French now has a shipment available, and the Spanish have already brings a shipment in. And what is this deck? We got Exploroto, nailed that. We got Villagers, Infinite Wood, Infinite Coin, which That's probably not very good. Conquistador, Yunkton, Villagers, Wood, Coin, Team Infantry Attack, Archaic Infantry Hit Points, Rodialos, 3 Conquista, ships 1 Conquistador for each 3 Archaic units have lost so far this game. Advanced Arsenal, House of Charmisia, Wood, Marvos here, Vice Royalties in New Spain, Archaic Infantry Combat, Hussars, Lancers, Falconets, Liberation March. Spanish Square delivers 20 pikemen, improves pikemen armor, and factory. French goes for a foreign name, villagers, pioneers, economic theory, more villagers, wood, crossbows, range infantry hit points, native warrior combat, wilderness warfare. He's gonna have some really beefy villagers, isn't he? Advanced arsenal, Edis and Nanit, silversmith, spice trade, wood coin, French Royal Army, Tirailleurs, turns your crossbowmen to skirmishers. Haven't seen that card. Sengle's team riflemen, skirmishers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, fort, factory, and factory. Res Explorer's taking quite a bit of damage there. And she will manage to escape on out there. Yeah, I don't know why he has both of these here. You're not going to redeploy any of them out. Yeah, it's better to go for the 600 secondary shipments, because the chance of you researching this twice, as opposed to just getting one of these, the secondary ones once, is very unlikely. El Paso goes down. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And he will take out these coyotes and steal their porcupines. Or at least the porcupine quills they've been impaled with throughout the years. And some other reason kept. We got the Logistician being researched versus the Quartermaster, going for economic theory, as well as some various market research. The Supercoat, the Placard Mines, and the Blunderbuss. The Very Fine Coat has been researched. A good number of llamas here. Blue. He definitely has gotten some llamas, right? Yep, there's one. Like, we only found one llama? Maybe he already ate the others? That is a deer, not a llama. Maybe the llamas only caused so much drama, he expelled them. Actually, no, Red found a good number of llamas here. It may actually be worth to get a livestock pen to fatten them up. Llamas sit in between cows and sheep. They do have 400 food capacity, so if you were to invest into a livestock pen, let's assume 200 each one, could turn what? A livestock pen's 400 wood into 1,000 food, potentially? Nope, looks like the Shoshone scout did camouflage, wherever it may be at. French player is bringing a shipment of coin. Wait, what? Resource allocation. Logistician puts the following supplies near your disposal. Wait, what? Adds a whole bunch of coin. So it's actually bringing in more? It says it will drop off approximately... Oh yeah, it actually dropped off quite a bit there. Okay, the Logistician changes it. Okay, that would make a bit more sense. So that could put immediately 400, 500, 550... 625 direct into his inventory, so technically going for 700 is better. Of course, it does also take a bit of time. And now you got the House of Charmisia now being researched. Blue's explorer will escape the musketeers. Definitely want to see a fast fortress by the Spanish player. He just needs a bit more food. You can take these villagers and kill... Yep, he's going to start killing the Rhea. And a little bit of wood there. And now he can age up thanks to the House Tremisia making it a little bit cheaper. And he's also going for the bishop. The bishop will allow him to move diagonally a little bit better. Now I've got these hussars falling back. One does get gunned down. The hussars will keep his opponent's musketeers at in home. Now I was going for the hunting doggos, the very fine coat, and the gang saw. And over here we do have the Edicts of Nanit. Red's Explorer may go down. The Red's Explorer is quite wounded. He does go down there. Ship available for the Spanish. And the French. Not aging up. Going for the Code of Napoleon for the Church. Not sure what the Code of Napoleon does, but he's going for a priest beforehand. Interesting. He just want to keep his guys healed up a little bit. There's a bunch of books. Does it give him a shipment of experience? Yep, I'm not sure what that provided. The Frenchman is almost ready to age up. There we go. And immediately goes for the Exile Prince. The Spanish player is now going for a round of veteran lancers, which will do bonus damage versus the musketeers, but they will do bonus in return and shoot them. It's not too much. Now going for some skirmishers. Some idle villagers here. Azara's push way forward, trying to harass his opponent's villagers likely. All of them pretty close back at home. Doesn't have pioneers, nor does it have wilderness warfare just yet. Does have a very fine coat research. French player going for the falconets, and now bringing in some more musketeers and making them veteran musketeers as well. Do now have Marvel Seer being researched. I need to take a better look at Marvel Seer. The more I look at it, the less I'm impressed, because it seems like it only improves like plus 10% gathering rate for 5 minutes. 155, 16. So it's actually, I think, more close to like 20%. As it goes like from 0.5 to 0.6 normally. Yep, it looks like it's a 20% increase. Yep, looks like it generally just 20% increase for the 6 minutes. Which is not too terribly long. Could be, if the game goes only for 6 minutes, then it'd be just right. There's the veteran musketeers. Going for a lancer. Skirmisher would probably be a good composition. Lancers will be generally good. Skirmishers will be generally good. Falconets will still pose threats to the skirmishers, and Lancers melee damage not too high against them. Now going for the middle guard. He may have already got the young guard. This will give him a round of grenadiers. There's the middle guard. in which Lancers will be very good versus them. So more Lancers may be good for the Spanish players. Bring some Falconets, which will be useful. Falconets do have, I think, less damage against Grenadiers. No, I think they do regular damage to them. Now I got a livestock pin being blown up by the French. That's only 150 wood. That's actually not too bad, expensive. Oh, thank you for the follow. Me Polvi Squish. I probably butchered your name really bad. And Red will kill that doggo and steal his 2 stray sheep. Red's now pushed forward with a sizable army. Got a good round of skirmishers here. Making his way up into his opponent's base. Skirmishers will take some damage there. And explode a little bit. Does get involved in the skirmishers. Musket middle guard are classified as heavy infantry, but they do have 50% range resist, so they times 2 damage of the skirmisher, basically times 1 damage with their range resist. Going for another round of Lancers is good. Going for Culverin, not bad. Though this area is pretty exposed. Explorer does go down. He's now making his way back home, which could get a good flank. Skirmishers need to make sure they're on the far side of the barracks. They're not on the far side of the barracks, but the Blue's Falconets do pick off one of the Falconets. Both of Red's Falconets are now down, which will give him some breathing room. Does take up both of the Falconets for grenades. And here comes the Rodialos, Hussars, and now the veteran Lancers. Skirmishers getting some good damage there. Lancers are now connecting. Six on the middle guard are getting hit by the Lancers. Lancers will get focused down there. Skirmishers skirmishing around, getting some good damage. Red's now falling back. Blue should just let him go. He doesn't have many skirmishers there. He can't afford to lose them. Bring a shipment of Lancers, not bad. And also deploying on around the Lancers as well, so he's soon going to have, what? 5, 10 Lancers. Deploying on another Falconet. The French is bringing a shipment of skirmishers. He does have another round of Falconets deployed in the field as well. Another barracks now being pulled on out. And that livestock pen didn't really do all too much. Those llamas were getting naturally fattened pretty quickly, but now they're all pretty fat. It's perfectly fine to body shame llamas. That's nothing more than just food. Oh, but it looks like he's going to bash multiple llamas down, which means there's going to be quite a bit of spoilage. Though all livestock does get gathered up pretty quickly. French villagers will gather at a rate of 3 per food per second. And it looks like these French villagers will get hit. But do you have the French army here? Lancers engaging in melee. Some are starting to get gunned down. A couple more Lancers over here getting distracted by the outpost. So got poor position there by Blue. It will take out lose some Lancers there, just getting overwhelmed by the numbers. He does have a decent force here, but now it's a little bit more exposed and vulnerable because this opponent has a sizable infantry force here. This town center can provide a good hard point. It does have over 10 villagers inside. Skirmishers now firing away. Falconet shooting and scooting. A couple Lancers push way forward. One does get gunned down. Got the pair of Falconets charging way forward. Culverin does take out the wounded Falconets, but the Skirmisher does take a nice hit there. Blue's Villager ate another hit there from the Falconet. Blue's Falconet does go down. The Culverin will take up the last of the French Falconets. Round of Dragoons there are not going to be too particularly good. Oh, there's another Falconet there. Goes on down. Skirmishers still fighting away. Could bring in perhaps the town militia here to support. The Spanish players should have enough resources to bring in the town militia. French is eyeing for another round of musketeers, and it looks like Red's starting to fall back. Doesn't want to fight near this town center. Right now, the Frenchman does have 39 villagers versus 67. French players doing good with villager production, to say the least. And also got another 2 haciendas here. in which he does task the sheep there to work the hacienda, in which they'll provide a nice constant trickle of 0.1 food per second. Lazar's not being pulled on the field. He has gone for the haciendas, but he's not currently actively using them, so it's not going to be really that important. You could task him to build cows to make them produce constant workers to work them. But right now the haciendas are not providing much.
See.
Never mind, we got villagers migrating to the haciendas. Haciendas do support up 20 villagers each, so they does have 40 villager production or capabilities here. And looks like he's going to already have some food. He doesn't have any increased food income, so the food income rate's not super great. May could stick around to more of the local fauna. Red's now eyeing for his own secondary town center here. Red does have a decent force here, and now got the Liberation March now being researched. And we are seeing some sheeple being pulled on out by the livestock pen. You have 8 sheep there. Livestock pens can be very powerful, but they're a little bit difficult to use. He does have that one priest still there, providing some good healing. Those his musketeers now get promotion benefits from the French Royal Army. The Spanish player does have 2 falconets, the French only have 1. Army 56 versus army of 33. Does have some times 2 units in the form of hussars and dragoons, but they won't be particularly effective against the musketeers. Does have some skirmishers here, so the Spanish player mostly have skirmishers. Overall, it still looks like the French army is a little bit better at the moment. Going for more dragoons. And Red is actually building a great post here. He's going for the Mapuche. Let's see, what else is there for research? Unit cost minus 10%. That could be decent. Costs 500, so a general unit costs at least 100. Oh, you're getting a coin cost as well. That may be a bit more difficult. Not just unit cost, but only coin cost. More CTM's not bad. Maybe he's going for the Treaty of Aquilon. Give him 9 chests of coin, 100 coin each. Yeah, that's not that great. That'd be 900 coin for costs of nearly 450 plus 200 for the trade plus itself, so minor profit there. Falconets do get a good volley there, going for Pioneers. His trading post will go down. Culverin trying to get a snipe onto the Falconet. Nope, they do not. The French has quite a bit of resource stockpiling up. Maybe he's eyeing for a industrial age. Now bring in the... Oh, he is going for the Quillen for the shipment of coin. That'll give him enough coin to age up. More than plenty. So now has a whole bunch of piles of coin. He has 10 of them. 1,000 coin. And looks like the Hussars does take a fire there. We do have a pair of Culverins and of course the Falconet. And the Spanish player is actually aging up. Going with the Cavalry Marshal, which I believe will give him a round of Lancers. And going some Rodialos, maybe trying for something to help engage the Falconets. In my opinion, most of the time, Rodialos are just not useful. No church improvements here. The French does have church improvements available. And now it's going to age up to the Tycoon, which will give him a bit of a coin rebate. Azores gain some damage there on these French villagers. They have roughly the same durability as regular villagers when it comes to melee attacks, since they have range resist rather than melee resist. And looks like you may just want to back on off. Looks like he's starting to kill off some of the sheep. He led these sheep to the slaughter and not to glory. They actually eaten most of the sheep as well. France does have another shipment available. He could go for 20 pikemen with improved armor. Does pick off a villager there, very nice. Pikemen will only provide mass for a front line, that's about it. So probably a good idea to go for a factory. And deploy out some heavy cannon. I think heavy cannon in this situation would be very good. Some with blues or reds villagers getting hit by the dragoons. They do have 50% less damage against villagers. Rodialos don't have great siege damage. And now the Spanish players actually keeping getting some estate, some plantation research. As well as some middle research, so both players are in transition to safer economies back at home. Let's bring a shipment of the missionaries. Way too easy to make a joke about that. And he is going for an industrial revolution. Got the Voltigers. Is that the... I always forget, is that the Musketeer or the Skirmisher upgrade? I always forget which one that goes to. It is for the Skirmishers. Let's see, it does offer, looks like a little bit extra damage. The health actually seems quite high. Maybe it's more of a health upgrade for their Skirmishers. I don't really know what all the Royal Guard research exactly does. And now we do have the Guard Musketeers and the Pauverins Royale. Spanish player has so much food. Is he under revolt? Guard Skirmishers not being researched. Guess we'll get to compare the two relatively soon. Seriously, he has so much food being brought on in. As estates has a mill, haciendas. One hacienda base not being worked at the moment. I think he's time for a revolt. If you want to compare the two, yeah, it looks like the Voltigers do have a bit more health and damage. You see 22 damage, 20 range, 180 health versus 234 health and more damage. Though there's also some other research by improving the health. Nothing from here though. This will increase the health as well as the edicts in wilderness warfare. He does get a factory on the field, going for the Pauverins Royale himself. And still a large amount of food in reserve. Revolutionaries do cost food, only food, so maybe it's going to revolt and get a massive wave of revolutionaries. Going for also another round of the missionaries. Doesn't cost population space. Also bring the heavy cannon. I am biased towards heavy cannon. Maybe just waiting for another shipment before it revolts. He actually may need this house. There's the missionaries. Let's see, Yunton also boosts your attack of nearby infantry and cavalry, so maybe I need for that. He has one shipment available. He has enough resources to... Wait. Okay, no, he needs more coin before he can go to Imperial Age. Going for another factory. Now we've got robber barons, got another... Is it the first or second factory? The first factory for the French. French won't be able to make it to this heavy cannon to lose some more population space. Guard Dragoons. And Blue's villager does go down there. He had actually 99 villagers. And there's a revolt by the the French. The French are revolting to the French. Of course they are. And now we've got also the Argentinians versus the Revolutionary French. Revolutionary French. Something probably involving Napoleon. We'll worry about the decks later. Mass engagement there. You got a number of that name. Looks like they offer a skirmisher variant. Actually, no, it's a little bit more. Yeah, some sort of skirmisher variant for their unit, but they're actually neither classified as heavy nor light. Got a Revolutionary Infantry 4, which of course is heavy infantry. The French villagers are definitely a bit more beefy. The French forces starting to disintegrate. They have 120 population versus 150. These revolutionaries, or the French revolutionaries, do offer bonus damage versus artillery ×2 damage, which should make them a bit more effective there. The Voltigeurs, of course, do bonus damage versus the revolutionaries, being heavy infantry. Dragoons move around. They'll also receive extra damage from the revolutionaries. We've got some Bolus riders now mixed on in as well, some natives. Blue's trying to fall on back. He's now bringing shipment of the Granados, 10 mounted Granados, and 10 cows. Nice, I like cows. Also says the incendiary grenades set cows to be enabled, among other things. And now we do have the Cult of the Supreme Being, which gives more kill bounty, sends less kill bounty, improved gathering rate of those, and allows your villagers to also gather better. But right now, the French army is starting to disintegrate. He doesn't have a whole large amount of resources in reserve. He does have one Pauvrun Royale. I think these are actually just still just straight up villagers. And they're not classified as villagers. Better at fighting than gathering resources, but still implies they can gather resources. The Argentinian does have plenty of resources in reserve and has those cows. Keep those doggies rolling. Those are popped on out of here. They probably fight better from outside than inside. These forces are pushing forward. Some are getting the elite and heroic status. As this force to get cleaned on up. The French is going for a cannery for his factory, eyeing to pull out more of these villagers. They only cost 100 food each. Notice that they can be batch deployed as well. More revolutionaries now being pulled out by the Argentinian. He has consumed his food reserve, but he does still have a good number of cows working the haciendas. Not a whole lot of food income, I should mention. 0.17 food per second, which is better than nothing, to say the least. And now we do have the San Martin. Gives him 13 mounted Granados and 10 Dragoons, and San Martin himself. What if that's classified as a hero? Mounted Granado looks like it throws grenades. Looks like range cav, heavy cav, light range cav, gunpowder cav, land military grenade troop, and heavy range cavalry. So it's the rare heavy range cavalry unit, but it's also still classified as light cavalry. So it's just basically all cavalry. The all cavalry type, I'm just gonna call it. So these skirmishers will do bonus damage to them because they will do less damage versus cavalry, but they will do more bonus damage versus light cav. More the mounted Granados push way forward. There's San Martin. He is a hero, looks like. He'll probably fall down as well. He's a 10,000 health or 1,000 health Hazard. Does torch down that outpost. Skirmishers and villagers now engaging. The French villagers, of course, are very high quality, but sometimes quantity does beat quality. Just when there's grenades exploding all of your skirmishers. And looks like the French revolutionary player does back of the game now. This Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. And I keep on hitting that button. There you go, much better. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another HBARS 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Green Sioux, we have Brickman. Spawn on the north side as the Red Italians, we have Ingorier. Ingorier? Inguru? Inguri. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Too many vowels in a row. That sounded like a Age of Mythology voice line. Yeah, that sounds like Norse Age of Mythology audio lines. Am I crazy? I might be going crazy. Either way. Either way, we got a very fine coat being researched by the Italians, which may be a little bit too early for that, honestly. It does only cost food. Let's see, no deck selected, no deck selected. When it comes to natives map, we got the House of Vaza, which can give you access to the Royal Arquebus and the Winged Hussar. Excuse me. And for the House of Yegala and the Lipkar Tatars and the Shock Rider. And also the very underutilized ability, equal balance of powers. I think this is a button that people don't go for all too often. I've seen people where they have like a massive float on one resource, but they are also very low on another resource. This can be very useful to equalize it. Italian player does have a shipment available, but nothing selected at the moment. But there's a TP. Yep, there's a TP right there. And we do have Mario Tennis. Are you serious? I know that. Excuse me. I know the explorer's named Mario, but seriously? Capitalism. Advanced politicians. Triotoras ships 3 tavern wagons, allows you to establish taverns in your town, generate gold income for you. Actually, that gives you quite a bit of gold generation. That's a pretty good card for the Italians. And you probably can mix in your force with a bunch of outlaws for time frame. Utsvit is one bicycle wagon, cause Lombards to trickle XP while investments. Monta de Pita, Sinis Financiers, Coin, Musketeers, Infantry Hit Points, Chervoniani, I have no idea pronouncing each of these names. Swords, so melee attack card. Broken Lance Company, which gives you some Papal Lancers and 1 Stratet. Croatian Company, 6 Cavets and 7 Shiva Zone. Lucan Financiers, Genoese Financiers, Steel Bolts, Musketeers, Falconets, Albanian Company, Millie's Arsenal, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Florentine Financiers, Roman Tactics, improved pikemen, halberdiers, and passivers hit points, enables a damage boost when fighting in groups. So it looks like I got some sort of crossbow deck, the passivers crossbow deck. Papal Company is 18 Papal Guard and 3 Papal Bombards, jeez. And Robber Barons. And for the Sioux, he's going agent with the chief, the war chief sign for the chief. Econ Master, villagers, medicine wheels, improves the effectiveness of healers past community plaza, plus 35% weather collection rate. Winter counts, all units and buildings grant more experience when created, not bad. Healers, wait, it's also they can't build houses, so they get already inherently less experience. So we got healers, chest of coin, seven bowmen, club warriors, axe riders, trading posts. New ways, great hunt, higher gunslingers, which are the outlaw units, so that's going to be very expensive population. Yeah, 40 population, but Sioux, they can handle that lack of population. Higher cowboys, upgrades your Comancheros to cowboys against a powerful charge attack. Villagers, Wakana rifles, cavalry combat, rifle riders, earth bounty. Adoption, you've been adopted. Burnt thigh support, Yankton support, two kettle support, higher owl hoots, Wakancha, and rifle riders. So this Sioux deck's also very unique. It's outlaw, native outlaw deck with healers and the community plaza. Healers do provide are equal to villagers when working, so this shipment of 4 is basically a shipment of 4 villagers that can only work onto the community plaza. It was actually a little bit weak, since Money Civilization get access to a 5 villager shipment, though it does combine with medicine wheels to make them better, to say the least. So honestly, a 4 healer card is actually very weak in my opinion. The Aztecs can get 3 warrior priests in 1 card, which is and warrior priests are ×2 effectiveness onto the community plaza. That's effectively a 6 villager card. He's now going for the 3 trading post Travis, so just give him 3 trading post Travis. Pretty nice. I'll attach it to here, and perhaps to one of these. Maybe the Royal Arquebus wouldn't be half bad, though the balance of power can be quite nice, as I mentioned beforehand. Wait, Green's already got these natives. Oh, what? So Green's going heavy into natives? Native, outlaw, native deck. Okay. Not sure why he went for both of these trading posts. You can only really make use of one, in my opinion. And the Italians tend to be very passive. They have a unit named the Passivere, of course. Nope, Reds Explorer. Go check out that bandit. There's a deserted pikeman here. The war chief is named Troll. Come on now, make it more native-like. Call him Green Troll, or Red Troll, or Fast Troll. Now let's bring in the investments there. So far, it looks like he has coin deposited on in from the food investment as well. We got the hired gunslingers, which could the outlaw aspect can combo well with natives, since outlaws do consume large amount of population space. After all, these 2 cards here, this is actually doesn't say it consumes population, but that's probably like 40 population. That should be like 75 population right there. But he is bringing the bowman. Why does it cost a weird amount? 563? What sort of upgrade he got? It doesn't seem to be like he got an upgrade. Got a number of musketeers now trying to clear out this trade post. We do not get the gunslingers. Gunslingers do have a tri-shot charge attack. The range attack's actually pretty fast. They have a high attack speed range attack as well. So they're a DPS unit, a musketeer of higher DPS. In comparison, they do have the same health. They both have melee resist. So these 10 gunslingers have really high DPS. Musketeers trying to engage the gunslingers in melee. They have 12 versus 13, so they're relatively similar there. But they do have really good attack speed. Musketeers do have 23 damage at regular attack speed, while these guys have 15 times 2, so effectively 30 in comparison. This explorer will go down. They also do have that charge attack, which does have attack speed of 3, so I'm assuming it does take a bit longer to follow up with their actual primary attack. So it's effectively a 50% damage, increased damage for the first volley, roughly. Got some architects being deployed on out. Does have one shipment available. He knows he's fighting against gunslingers. So skirmishers wouldn't be half bad. Taverns usually have a golden come of like 0.6, which is actually not bad. And get this a shipment of 3. That's basically 2.4 gold per second for this shipment, which is actually equal to, say, the wood trickle of the Indians in that same age. Which the level 2 wood trickle does provide 2.35 wood per second. So this gold trickle is actually very good. A regular miner provides 0.6 per second, so that's equivalent. This is equivalent to 3 villagers, as well as having access to the tavern itself. Now getting some passive ears. Got quite a bit of force here. The club warriors, gunslingers, bowmen. I'm not really it's also weird that Suit going for infantry compositions rather than cavalry compositions. So it's weird. Passiveer now deployed on the field. They are similar to crossbowmen. They have the same damage multipliers as all of that. The steel bolt in research will put them up to regular skirmisher multipliers against heavy infantry of ×2. As well as get a bit more extra range, so they become basically a skirmisher. Genoese financier now being brought on in. He is Castle Age. This Sue still Colonial Age, not going for the Wise Woman. Going for Great Hunt. Great Hunt is more effective if you go for it sooner rather than later, but does get a bit of rebate if you don't. Let's see, Club Wars are basically a pikeman. So the passive ears are good, so it's probably a good idea to go for the Steel Bolts research relatively soon. Shipment there. I do think passive Steel Bolts will be good sooner rather than later. He's building more passive ears. He's also stopped village production. My apologies. He may go for the Lucan financiers, which is basically get him closer to like 2,500, just times this by 2.5. Now roughly get how much resources you get from it. So it's actually probably closer to 3,000. And now the Italian players going for more musketeers, going for veteran musketeers and falconets. I think we just got a big button there, now the aura benefits. He has not gotten for the higher cowboys, which are a light cavalry variant. Owl Hoots wouldn't be half bad right now if there's enough coin for it. And Owl Hoots for less than 400 coin, probably is pretty good. Going for adoption. Oh, balance of power. Which it does immediately get some shock riders queued up with the balance of power. It also leaves him high in gold to perhaps get the owl hoots in the next shipment. Adoption basically makes it so he gets a trickle of experience by building villagers. Current player right now has 33 villagers. Now the time player is going for Falconet. Now there are Shock Riders here. Shock Riders, I don't really see them all too often. You also have a good charge attack. And relatively normal Hussar attack, but even though they are veterans, so they're a little bit weaker than Hussars. They do have that shock attack, which could be good for light infantry such as these passive ears. Steel bolts, very nice. Steel bolts have been shipped on in, so now his passive ears do ×2 damage versus heavy. And effectively giving them skirmisher range as well. More shock riders. We also got some winged hussars now being pulled them out. The villagers make a hit. The TP will provide them a bit of a buffer. More shock riders there. Hussars are being pulled out here. You know, I actually don't think I've ever seen somebody actually pull out the winged hussars. You rarely ever see people go for the various natives in most playstyles. But he's mixing the population efficiency with the population inefficiency of the... Yep, definitely go with the hoots in my opinion. Going for cavalry combat, which I suppose would affect all the various natives. There's the winged hussars. Red starting to push his way forward. Winged hussars do have a good AoE for their melee attack, as well as charge AoE attack, which does do siege damage as well. Got quite a bit of army right there. He's starting to lose some of his infrastructure. That bowman's starting to make his advance. Shock riders charging the way forward. Got another musketeers with bayonets drawn. Here comes the winged hussars. They can get some good splash damage done. Splash damage is good against the infantry composition. The Italian army is being hit from all sides. Musketeers are bayonets drawn. Looks like the shock riders are getting quite fetid. Falconet, one remains. Brain's starting to lose some of his infantry, almost all of it. This cavalry is slowly whittled down. Passive ears will have trouble with the heavy cav. Does take out the rest of that force there. Red's army is quite small now, but it is larger than the Sioux. Another round of winged hussars. And we've got some shock riders engaged in this falconet for free. Getting some damage there. And the AoE damage will do some significant work versus all these units. The falconet does get splashed down there. Shock riders getting some good hits. Now they're getting to... Yep, one is elite, one is a veteran. And the native cavalry is doing quite well. Now got a heroic shock rider. Both of the shock riders now fully heroic. Got not a round of rifle riders, which are anti-heavy cav. They are classified as both light and heavy cav. And the passive ears, of course, do less damage versus cavalry. So these winged hussars should be very effective for them. Got another round of musketeers. And now we do have the Earth Bounty Research, which will give him a 2.5 gold trickle, which is an age 3 card. Also improves the state's gathering rate. More of the native cavalry and more of the other native cavalry. Passive ears are, of course, light infantry, so they will not receive bonus damage from the rifle riders. But mixing the two, the heavy cav with the light and heavy cav, it's not half bad. At this point in time, the Italian player may need to go for some pikemen. So they will actually get ripped apart by the rifle riders. I think he just threw some money in the Lombards. Lombards taking some hits there. He has 2 shipments available. And maybe going for, I don't know, something here. He could use light cavalry at this moment. The light cavalry should be very effective. It will do bonus damage to the rifle riders and to all the various shock riders and winged hussars. Let's look at that structure there. Cancel a shipment, whatever he was trying to bring on in. Now going for some musketeers. Basilica taking some fire. Bringing the Milanese arsenal, which probably won't be super useful at this moment. Going for another round of passive ears. Passive ears are not, will do bonus damage to the rifle riders since they are classified as light cavalry, but they won't be all that great against all the various heavy cav. Another pair of barracks on the field. The Lucian financiers will be very useful. He has everything being converted. And as long as you keep this 100% going, you can get quite a bit of returns. Passive is not getting hit by the various heavy cav. There's some musketeers with bayonets drawn. He decides just to keep away from the musketeers. The rifle riders can rip them apart. Basilica is quite a bit of damage. It is quite expensive. You can build 2 of them. It does have a decent amount of health for a church. Yeah, the passive is doing some good bonus damage there. They do have standard light infantry bonus damage against the light cavalry. Another round of musketeers. There goes the Basilica. Bayonets have been drawn. Passiveers just needs to run towards the musketeers. And the winged hussars do have AoE damage, so they will do some extra bonus damage versus the musketeers, that's for sure. Shock riders over there do get cleaned on up. The musketeers over here gets cleaned on up. Don't doubt 1 AoE against infantry. Yeah, these winged hussars will rip apart the infantry. The AoE is just way too effective. We also got some Lipkar Tatars, which are a light cavalry unit with really good attack speed. Passiveers will be good against them, but musketeers not push way forward. The Italian player has quite a bit of wood sword on up. The Sioux has quite a bit of resource sword up, going for the Jagiellonian Legacy, as well as more heavy cav. Does bring the militia. Oh, we've got 2 town centers for the Italians. Best numbers misleading for the Sioux, since he has natives, which take up no population space. He does have 44 villagers, so he has roughly a large amount of military that's not consuming population. More musketeers. Lombards have all resources converted, very good. This town center is not fully garrisoned, only 3 architects. Does have another shipment available. Need all the resources for these good shipments of natives. Maybe a good idea to go for the Trattoria. I don't know if there's any mercenaries or actually mercenary outlaws like cavalry, the cowboys, would be actually reasonable at this situation. Because right now what he needs is light cavalry. Right now he's pretty low on all resources. Lombards are out of food to convert.
Jakie się rozkazania?
Oh, we got Balance of Power activated, and now the Sioux can age up. And it's aging up to the Warrior. Bringing Shimon another Musketeers and deploying out more Musketeers. He needs to make sure they're being deployed out over here. Regroup a force. Militia not gauging on in. They may have 1 health, but they still have a gun. And 1 AoE strike from the... Oh, this the AoE does not... Okay, there we go. Got AoE effect there, ripping apart all that stuff. Musketeers now bayonet strong. Takes up the War Chief. You may want to evacuate this town center to get those villagers going, though they're actually not firing away. And actually, most of the heavy cav is almost down. Takes out that winged hussar. See what's over here. I've got more winged hussars push way forward. Bring in the Golden Liberty as well as the Tar Films. Does get this town center now garrisoned, which will improve its damage. Lombard is queued up with all resources once again. He has only 2 Lombards right now, so take a bit of time to convert all these resources. Because some Irish Brigadiers now being pulled on out from a tavern somewhere. Outposts there, going for... Oh, we got some Torps here being pulled up by Green. Oh, they're being pulled up by the Lombards. Irish Brigadiers do offer, I think, less multipliers but higher base damage, but they get ripped apart by the Winged Hussars. Yep, AoE melee. Or AoE. 1 AoE is very good. Yep. Right now, Red's been idle from quite a bit of this game. And yeah, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And that's the problem. His opponent is advancing, now bringing some more Royal Arquebus. Going for a Royal Guard Vaza and more natives. Going for the Lakota Tokala soldiers now. How many of those guys do you get? It does get 9, which is quite significant. They do have 46 damage, bonus damage versus infantry, less damage versus villagers. And they also have 1,000 health, 1,100 health. So yeah, this game's just pretty much over to me. It does bring a group of the Cobbets, which are like cavalry with bonus damage versus heavy cav. He does also get some Shikavon, which are a skirmisher with bonus damage versus light, bonus damage versus heavy. There's another Balance of Power, and they all getting annihilated. Actually, they're neither classified as heavy nor light. Yep, this game is pretty much over. I'm just gonna fast forward the rest of it. Red's just back of the game now. And there we go, Red is back to the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And why I keep on hitting that button. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. Sorry about that. I'm back. Let's see now. Oh boy, it's a Mexican mirror. Well, who's gonna revolt first? Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on bottom left side as the red Mexicans, we have Lenin. On top right side as the blue Mexicans, we have Mikhail Jackson. Hehe. Who's gonna revolt first? This is going to be a really stupid match, isn't it?
Atención.
Or Miss Pistolalis. Very fitting name. Jalapeno Enjoyer, also a very fitting name. Look up the natives map, we've got the Sudanese, which can give you access to the Sudanese Dervish, the Askari, and the Sinar Horsemen. 2 mercenary units available for relatively cheap 50-50. As well as the Yorbara settlement, which gave you access to the Yorbara Oro Legionaries and the Yorbara Esso Rider. Red is immediately going for a trade post, and blue is immediately going for a trade post. There's actually a good amount of livestock on the field, which could be useful for the haciendas. No deck selected, and the red Mexican player has selected a deck. I know Defensa, so he's going for some sort of defense deck. Does have villagers, hacienda, ranchos, enables hacienda to spawn cuartos. Which, I'll think about it, this card's pretty good. The one hacienda, there's a large amount of livestock in the field, so you can get that start working pretty early on. Land grab, wood coin, insurgents, renegade Navajo, wood, cavalry combat, falconets, renegade Comanche, 2 town centers, Los Coladeros Battalion, refurbished firearms, Cathedral Lancers, Charita, enables hacienda to spawn chinkos, heavy cannons, factory, another factory, but faster, and cantinas. And his opponent is going for H2 Nats, so he may also revolt. We got the villagers plus settlers, or the hacienda, advanced saloon, land grab, villagers, wood coin, chinkos, native treaties, advanced arsenal, renegade Navajo, coin, Potieros, Chinkos, cavalry combat, guerrilla tactics, falconets, native warriors, Primo Ginzero's factory, and factory. I have good feeling he's going to Age of the Flox color because that can give you some native allies. There's Hacienda. There's still some livestock on the map for the Haciendas to be worked upon. Looks like he will kill the ambushing Shungo thrower and steal his dates. We got land grabbing research by red. Land grab is not really a great card in my opinion. but it can be quite useful. The reduced wood costs on everything is nice, but hard to really make a long-term value. But it looks like he's going for the Fox Kala. And this is the red player. I'm assuming blue's going for the Fox Kala. Yes, he is. So both players going for the Fox Kala. Got one goat working here. He doesn't test his cow there just yet. I thought the Mexico starts with a cow. I must have been mistaken. I've been nerfed and removed. Nope, nope, blue has a cow. As looks like passing the goats to the hacienda now. Over here we do have a couple goats on the hacienda collecting up food, not collecting up more cows.
Atención.
One shipment available, not going for the advanced saloons just yet. It also makes it so your saloons provide 20 population, and a house costs 10 or 100 wood. Saloons cost 200 wood each, so effectively can make your saloons the alternative housing for time frame. That's supposed to be a bit of a gold trickle. Got a military wagon here, going for the barracks. Trading post being built here, so he is the native treaty player. And immediately go for the Fox Kala allies. Oh no, he just needs more population space. We go for the Fox Kala alliance to get another alliance. Right now it's designed for some wood.
¿Quién busca salvación?
Batters Benedictus. Why? Let's see, is he making usage of any natives? Deploying some Saltieros, bringing the Fox Kala textiles now. And his opponent is going for the Rancheros, which will give him some Cuertos. Or how we pronounce that. I cannot pronounce any name in this game. There's still a couple goats on the map. Actually, 4 goats can still be obtained.
Mande, presidente.
Blue's Padres taking some fire. He may get the Yorbara building. Got the frontiersman now being researched by Blue. Red, oh, Red has how many haciendas on the field? Red has 6 haciendas on the field, really making use of land grab. And now he's going for the Cuertos. Cuertos, I believe, are the, outlaw light cavalry. Which the Saltieros will do bonus damage to them. But they will be very outnumbered, to say the least. So 6 haciendas are on the field. You can build 7 of them. And of course he has the Fox Kala a lot of textiles, but he's at pop cap, so he doesn't actually have this one research that can give him a spike of villagers. Yep, he's going for the 7th one now. He does need another house. Once he gets another house, he can get another 16 villagers from the Fox Kala Alliance. One only has the 1 hacienda at the moment, being worked by a bunch of goats and a cow. Trading posts here, so it looks like going for a round of natives. Bringing some Sudanese dervishes. A Sudanese infantry tosses knives to inflict melee damage. Attacks faster at close range. Now he too is bringing land grab. Does land grab affect saloons? Does not appear to be. Put in trade post over here. Sudanese dervishes do melee damage at range. Do have a decent attack speed. And attacks even pretty high as well. Does bonus damage to heavy infantry and less damage to cavalry and shock. They are classified as light. But I'm not super impressed. Oh. He has revolted. And now I've got the, what's that, Baja California? Or the filibusters. The general does go down. The trade post may be next. Filibusters are a decent musketeer variant. His opponent is going for the Foxcala Alliance. Or nope, he is going for the Foxcala Textiles right now, and for the Robber Barons. I'm gonna rely on the Cuartos for reinforcements. There's some of the Cuartos. This trading post will give him a bit of time. He's going for native trees now. He does not have the Foxcala Alliance to get additional ally or natives. Has a second Hacienda on the field, going for another Hacienda. He knows he's fighting against a massive army, so he needs to get something to counter. Saltieros will be good against both the Cuartos and the filibusters. But for more than Saltieros, native trees will give him a round of dervishes and a round of the Yorbro legionaries. I'm not exactly too impressed by the dervishes, but they can do some damage for the filibusters. They have 13 range. Filibusters do have 12 range. Yeah, looking at those dervishes, they do 9 damage with a slightly higher multiplier, so that'll be closer to 24, 25-ish, similar to the filibuster. They have less health, but range resist. Got a red outpost here, going for another trade post. More Cuartos being queued on up, going for caravan trade. Going for the advanced saloons. Doesn't have any saloons built, I believe. Got quite a bit of food and wood right now. He's going for more of a counter force, which is good. Yep, light cavalry. The Saltieros will do bonus damage to them. Does get some damage on the villagers, but since they're light cavalry, they do less damage to villagers. Foxcala Alliance of shipment has been shipped on in. Got a big round of insurgents being brought on in as well. You can bring in some Jaguar warriors, which will do bonus damage to heavy infantry, I believe. No, I don't know if they're similar to Jaguar Proud Knights. I always forget. Insurgents, however, are here to pursue these Cuartos. They're similar to Rodialos, just weaker and cheaper. Saltieros may get engaged here. Got some of the overall legionaries that do offer good attack speed. And now he has revolted to the filibusters as well. So both have revolted. At the military or the frontier post wagons, he's going to clear up the trading posts down south. Got a native embassy here. May need to go with the robber baron sooner rather than later. He doesn't have much point for any of the mercenary shipments. Blue does have a larger army at 170 versus 150. And the Cuartos are overpot for what they do. So Blue is, while pushback to space, is in a strong position, getting bit of some raid bounties, getting coin and experience for doing this stuff. Now I do have 3 more frontier post wagons. And right now his factory is providing food. He has got quite a bit of food and wood and coin. He may be able to return to Mexico relatively soon. His opponent has has nothing queued up in the moment, has no resources to really speak of. So I'm going to reclaim these trading posts. And this one has upgraded them, so now they do provide, they can be set to other resources, which he is going to go for wood. Getting using the frontier post wagons to build out outposts. And in the last trading post now, which he could try doing a trade monopoly victory while getting that captured. And now he is trying to return to Mexico. Maybe not a good idea to return to Mexico when he has an army as doorstep. He uses those resources to engage this army. Outposts are firing away. Some of the filibusters are coming forward and being engaged. This filibuster is running around with their heads cut off. Once he gets back to Mexico, he needs to switch to heavy cannon production, in my opinion. Puertos are pushed way forward, getting some good damage there. Blue's army is in an urbanized environment, so it's getting funneled into choke points. And now he's trying to break on through, so the arrows do have good range. Outposts firing away, getting some good damage. So this filibuster is starting going down. Right now, red has 150 population, blue's down to 120. There's one's own factory now, bringing all wood on the trade routes. Nearly needs more coin to get back to Mexico. Now he has his robber baron shipment in. Puertos, of course, are population inefficient, so it's a little bit inaccurate comparison. And now it's back. He set the factory to heavy cannon production right now. We're now bringing a shipment of heavy cannons. Now trying to go for the Wild West, but he's losing all these. He's losing his saloon before he can get the Wild West upgrade to upgrade these Puertos. Some damage there. Once the heavy cannons come in, they can do some good work. He may need to stand and fight the heavy cannons. There we go. Lost his Padre in general. Oh, nope, there's his general there. Heavy cannons fire, get a massive volley there, taking out a good group of them. Puertos push way forward. Get a good big game hunter. I think blue's going to cast some GG. Now bringing a shipment of Jaegers. That was a massive volley there from the heavy cannon. And it looks like blue backs out of the game. This is great scene. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I don't know why I keep on trying to hit F10. I'm not doing that build. Much better. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the top right side as the blue Dutch, we have Yuk 3i. Are those eyes hollow?
Commando?
Nope, they're L's. I don't know why. I think my eyes are going bad. It looks like those L's right there are hollow. Yeah, I think my eyes is going bad. And spawn on the bottom left side as the red Dutch, we have Klaus 117. So we got Dutch versus Dutch. Either side has a deck selected. We got a bunch of berries being collected up here. Blueberries do collect faster. Yeah, they do collect the same rate, looks like, as wildlife at this moment in time. Looks like Blue will be taking out some of these local doggos and steal their Sea of a Lifeguard uniform. They're gonna wear that in the battle, you monster. And Red will be killing that man, the Plague Doctor, and will steal his rabbit. Do you ever want to know what a Plague Doctor would do to a rabbit? Well, if you want the exact number of villages you need to collect up coin for the playing as a Dutch, the answer is 2. Also leave a pile of cord or wood on the ground. You now got a shipment here. Got FF. So Fast Fortress, Villagers, Town Militia, Woodwood Coin, Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Hussars, Bank Wagon, Religious Freedom, Wood, Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routier, Cavalry Combat, Fort, Hired German Black Riders, Hired Bosniaks, Routiers, Heavy Cannon, Tulip Speculation, and Factory. This deck does not seem like the Bank Boom deck, or any sort of standard Bank Boom, since it's Fast Fortress. His opponent is going for the Quartermaster, and we got Mort. Got Villagers, Military Forms, Bank of Amsterdam, Militia, Food, Woodwood Coin, Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Team Infantry Hit Points, Hussars, Bank Wagon, Religious Freedom, Food, Wood Coin, Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routier, Cavalry Combat, Advanced Artillery, Ships 1 Mortar, Move Mortars from and Horse Artillery to the Fortress Age, and Tulip Speculation, no factories. Excuse me. Voice is starting to go out. So we got the Quartermaster versus the Quartermaster. There are a set of natives on the map. We got the House of Vaza, which can give you access to the Roar Arquebus and the Winged Hussar. And some of the Torps. Looks like Red will kill off this marauding musketeer and steal his pamphlet. Mixed pike and shot formation. There goes he now loses his military intelligence. It looks like Blue will be taking out this unbearable bear to steal his broken Bohemian wood window frame. He's going to use that for his home. Gotta keep out girls that are trying to steal his courage. John Hartog versus Henry Hartog. What if those are randomly generated names or user-created ones? Red's envoy is now getting slapped with a sword.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to build a bank there. Both sides have a bank now on the field. Neither of them from shipments. We've got multiple banks being pulled out, including from the person who's got a deck named Fast Fortress, the blue player. So he's not really going for Fast Fortress if he's going for multiple banks like that. Got a market there.
Commando?
Both the boobies spawned right next to each other. One player's going for hunting doggos. Nobles and explorers engage each other. He's trying to deploy an envoy to assist him and punch his opponent in the face. Their damage right now is 7, which is not too particularly great. The envoy does have damage of 5. He's not helping out his master.
Commando?
In which, if the envoy would have built out sooner, he may have won the fight. But at this current rate, he will not win the fight.
Commando?
The envoy is just a witness. And you will witness that the fact there's no witnesses.
Klaar. Ja.
Steel trap has been researched by the current player we're looking at. Going for steel placards now. Wood shipment being brought in from the other Dutch. Red has gone for church there, but does not have... Actually... Yeah, blue has the church research. Red also has the church research. Okay, so it looks like both of them can bring in the
Hallo?
church improvements. And the envoy does get shot in the back. And now the player we currently have selected, Red, who's going for the deck named Mort, is aging up 2 with the Exile Prince. His opponent is now aging up, going for the Bishop, who's the fast Fortress player, aging up 2nd to Fortress. Has a shipment available, but not currently deploying anything out. May sell his gold for a mercenary shipment. And looks like blue is eyeing for a trade post here. Gangsaw and steel traps now queued up for him. Red Lancers now being employed on out. Red Lancers are a heavy cav, heavy mercenary cav that does slight bonus damage to infantry.
Ja. Commando?
They do offer good health, good move, mobility, good damage. Just overall a heavy Hussar, pretty much. Red's Explorer does get picked back up. We got now the coffee trade being researched by Red. Blue is still aging up to the Bishop. And here comes the Red Lancers. Barracks being employed on out.
Ja,
Ja.
klaar.
He does not have the very fine code for research. The Red Lancers damage will be reduced by 20%, which actually reduces damage by 10, wouldn't it? So he will have to 4 shot the villagers rather than 3 shot them. Thinks that damage resist. Town militia not being brought on in. Covered wagon flying field. Maybe it's a great opportunity to go for the covered wagon. And does build a constant of time, but he's gonna torch it down. Gains a good damage there. Another round of torches. Does take out that free town center. That's a big loss there by blue. The militia have been cleaned on up. That lady will get stabbed and does go down. And now blue's going for a round of root here. Heavy cav to engage the heavy cav. Or light cav to engage the heavy cav. Red also has a number of envoys here to sock a bunch of villagers in the face. Or the explorer.
Klaar.
Blue's envoy still alive. There's the routier. And Red's not falling back. A bit too much damage. Losing a good number of lancers. Red's going for more villagers now.
Klaar.
We do now have a fast mortar deployed out by Red. Red's envoys and explorer may go down. Got another pair of housing here. Red is also going for a priest to heal up the Red Lancers and help keep the mortar alive. And now going for a round of skirmish as well. He's also going to get Town Watch.
Kan me niet bewegen.
And right now, Red has quite a bit of resources for another round of skirmishers.
Commando.
He just may want to camp around the mortar, let it fire away. Blue now has a fort wagon in the field, which is going to be countered by the mortar. The fort may get wiped out. Quick round of torches will not take it out. Routier will stop the Red Lancers from going down, or from sieging it down. Mortar now rotating around, trying to nail the fort. Fort will get hit by a massive hit. Skirmishers here to help protect the mortar. And the fort goes down. Big losses there by Blue.
Gewond. Ik kan me niet bewegen.
Fort does go down. More skirmishers. Got infantry attack. Another pair of halberdiers being queued on up. Designed for some heavy escort for the mortar. Doesn't need to push too far from skirmishers, but he will keep his opponent's villagers in town center, and will of course keep a couple of them buried 6 feet under. Housing, take out the housing. Taking out both this housing would put his opponent on top cap. We got a good number of route here, going for around the hussars. He's actually going for fast and industrial. Go to the cavalry marshal. Bring cavalry combat now. There's a good number of hussars, but he's going to find a good number of halberdiers. He's trying to overrun the mortar. Red lancers and halberdiers trying to protect the mortar. The mortar does have 300 health and does go down. Skirmishers now engaging. Got a number of routier deployed on out from the cavalry marshal. And skirmishers will do good against them, as well as the halberdiers. Red lancers will go down. Blue's going for more routier. Red is bringing a shipment of routier and bringing the ship and deploying a large number of skirmishers, as well as more red lancers.
Nu wat sterker. Commando.
Halberdiers engage the routier quite well. Halberdiers do also have an excellent siege damage. He may go for another mortar.
Commando.
Oh yeah, that ship's one free mortar. That's pretty good. One mortar in age 3. Things taking quite a bit of use now. Red's also going for some envoys. Those envoys will deliver his demands. The man is to die. Blue's now being crowded back as town center. Red has quite a bit of gold stored up. Maybe more red lancers could be a good choice. I'm going for more routier and some falconets. There goes that bank. Whose villagers are inside the town centers, and he's lost a couple banks. So he's losing quite a bit of economy. Red's now going for infantry attack. There's a round of routier there, but they will find a bunch of halberdiers in melee. Skirmishers trying to engage. Envoys socking the horse in the face. Or will go down once again. Falconets are taking some damage, but halberdiers will be overrunning them now. Let's get one more volley onto the skirmishers. Another volley on the skirmishers before going down. More skirmishers not being flown field, going for team 3 hit points. Oh, it's got a massive round of mortars there. That'll make short work of the town center. This town center is now down. Red has 35 villagers, opponents only have 24. It's a house there. Blue is at pop cap, so there's 5 routiers all he can deploy on the field. Red needs some more skirmishers off the field with the routier. Mortars do have 30 damage actually no, less damage versus heavy cav or any sort of cav. They have about 15 damage against Routier, which is not good.
Commando.
Alvarez to overrun this group of Routier. This Routier is already going down. He's no longer a pop cap, thanks to his opponent, murdering him. That goes down. Looks like Red is bringing Shiv enough food. Blue's trying to knock back of the game, try and go for another town center. More Halberdiers been pulling the field. At this point in time, he may just want to escort his mortars and let the mortars do all the work. Bank down. Trying to go for a market here. Artillery foundry. Needs a lot more wood in order to get out some culverins. And a barracks wouldn't hurt as well to get his own skirmishers. Stable not going up. He's supposed to go in for root here. Last of his banks are now down. Taking the housing will put his opponent on top cat. We're fine with some villagers. They're going to stab the villagers instead of shooting them. Yep, and this game is ultimately over. Blue is trying to bring a round of mercenaries, the Bosniaks. And Red's just pulling out some more skirmishers. Throwing some rounds of the housing wouldn't be half bad. That putting your opponent in pop cap will make it harder for him to get a play on anything. And Blue does back the game now. This is Anagrid saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And it's getting a little bit late and my voice is starting to go out again. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.